This is the G.I. Joe Classified Series Duke and Scarlett. Figures are numbered number 4 and number 5 respectively. I picked up these two figures from Kal-El Collectibles. I always thought that these two were a thing on the show, on the cartoon, and just like, you know, Flint and Lady J were a thing. I don't know, but I figured I'd do a review of them together. So let's get them out of packaging. And here are Duke and Scarlett out of packaging, and boy, the figures look absolutely amazing. Let me just point out the artwork on the boxes. Phil Noto did the Scarlett artwork on the box. Absolutely gorgeous. If we do get a Lady J G.I. Joe Classified Series figure, I'd love Frank Cho to try out and do some artwork for that. Not a big fan of the Francesco Francavilla artwork of Duke, though. Not big. Never been a fan of him, even in Marvel Comics. But I love the fact that we're getting some top comic book illustrators doing the artwork for these classified series. So let's start with Duke. Now, Duke, I was quite surprised at how well this figure turned out. I wasn't expecting much because Duke, back in G1 figure, was a pretty plain figure. He was, I think he was ranked first sergeant, but he was the leader and commander of at least the ground forces of G.I. Joe before Hawk came into the picture, and he was their leader. And it was a very sad moment in the old G.I. Joe movie when he got stabbed by Serpentor trying to save Falcon. No! And then, you know, when you were a kid, you're watching that movie, and then in the end, Doc says Duke's gonna be A-okay. And like, you were like, yes! My brothers and I, yes, Duke made it. So, you know, I love this character, and it's amazing what Hasbro has done with him in the 6-inch scale. So he comes with a ton of accessories. He's got his blaster or rifle, I guess laser plasma rifle, done in this dark gray plastic with some gold and Allspark blue highlights. Pretty cool. He's got his bandolier strap. He's got a backpack, which is a great nod to the G1 Duke backpack. It's on pretty tight. Very surprised because the Snake Eyes figure had the very loose backpack. It kept on popping off, but this one's pretty good. He also comes with a pistol. Again, a modern kind of blaster pistol. Holster, belt, bandolier strap. Overall, very, very nice. My figure in particular has a bit of quality control issue, which is the shin guards. I don't know if it's a common thing. Let me know in the comment section if yours had this one. I don't think it was glued properly. I'm pretty sure it's not glued on straight. So I don't want to risk removing it and super gluing it back on my own. I'm going to keep it as it is. I think it adds a little bit of character to the figure, but yeah, the nitpicker in me is kind of screaming out and saying, man, what'd they do here? Okay, so great detail in the figure. He's got this fantastic head sculpt. He kind of looks like, in some angles, like John Cena. I don't know. Maybe I'm just imagining it. Got some details on his uniform. It's not that plain, cocky type of shirt. I like that they've added some green and gold highlights to it. Very nice. Some green pants, again with more highlights. Knee guards. It's got an orange watch. This was interesting. I didn't really expect him to do that. It should have been green, if you ask me, but I guess they were trying to keep it true to the old G1 look of Duke. Articulation for the figure, he's got a ball jointed neck that is on a hinge and another ball joint at the base of the neck. Ratcheting ab crunch. He's got a ball jointed waist or torso articulation. He's got these butterfly joints, ball hinge shoulders, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. Wrists can swivel. This one can go in and out. The other wrist can go up and down in traditional G.I. Joe fashion. The ball jointed hips go down, up and down. Thigh swivel, double jointed knees, calf swivel, ball hinge ankles with a rocker pivot. Overall, very surprised with how well this figure turned out. Great accessories, great details. I am just loving this Duke figure. Now on to Scarlett. This is probably my favorite between the two. I've never had a G1 Scarlett back then, and I always wanted one. I thought that Duke needed a partner. He needed a girlfriend, and I always thought they were a thing, you know, and it would have been nice if I got Scarlett, but I never got her for some reason. Yeah, and the dual G1 figure wasn't really that great. The hair was too short. There was no ponytail. The ponytail was like molded in at the back or at the side. It wasn't really a great figure, but it's one of those few female G.I. Joe figures, much like Baroness or CoverGirl Lady J, that, you know, as a collector when I was a kid, G1 G.I. Joes, one of the things that was very frustrating to get was a Scarlett figure. Now, this figure looks absolutely stunning. It's got some fantastic details, some great weapons. Overall, a fantastic sculpt, much like it harkens to not even a Marvel Legends figure. It feels like it's a Black Series figure because of how tight the figure sculpt is, how tight the joints are. I'm really loving it. My favorite part of this figure is obviously the head sculpt. This is what sold me on the figure. Look how much detail it has, even to her freckles, nice lipstick, and the eyes painted very, very nicely. The hair should have been a darker color. I don't know why they went with neon tangerine, but I don't know, it works for me. For some reason, it works. She's got some body armor on. I love that. I love that this is kind of an homage to all the Scarlett versions we've seen from the cartoons, from Renegades, and I don't know. I love this new modern version. She does come with her trademark crossbow, which always loves to fall apart. It needs to be assembled. Comes in 2 pieces. Yeah, very cool. I like this crossbow. It's a modern crossbow. And then she's got the quiver, which was very interesting to me. It's a reverse quiver. She pulls out the arrows right here at the base instead of at the top. And on the top, she's got knives, a pair of hunting knives. And again, these are unique to Scarlett. And I'm so glad Hasbro is not recycling their weapons. They're giving us brand new weapons for each character. And she's got another smaller hunting knife, which fits nicely on the scabbard or the holster right here up in front of the strap of her quiver. She's got this pouch and belt. It's kind of loose though. Great details. Overall, I'm just so pleased with the way this Scarlett figure turned out. Hardly anything to complain about. Articulation of the figure, it's got a ball jointed neck that is on a hinge and another ball joint at the base of the neck, a little bit tight. She's got some butterfly joints. Ball hinge shoulders go in and out, forward and backward. Just a swivel hinge for the elbow. I'm surprised they didn't go with the double hinge, but yeah, traditionally most female figures in like Black Series, they just have a single hinge for the elbow. That's fine. The wrists can go up and down and swivel. This one goes in and out. It's got a ball jointed upper torso and a ball jointed lower torso or waist. It's got a ball jointed hip that goes down. This was nice. I didn't expect that because it's a smaller pelvic piece that Hasbro is still going to give us the drop down ball joint. The legs can go forward, backward, in and out, thigh swivel, double jointed knees, calf swivel, ankles can go forward and backward, and have the rocker pivots. And so some final thoughts on these two figures. I absolutely love them. They're both going to get a 10 out of 10 for me. I don't think I could have ever asked for a better rendition of Duke and Scarlett in the 1/12 scale. That goes without saying that the entire G.I. Joe classified series has obviously impressed me very much, and I'm so happy at where Hasbro is taking, the direction that Hasbro is taking this line. I absolutely am on board with it. If you haven't picked up any of these classified series, you are missing a lot. in where this G.I. Joe franchise is going. So let me know in the comment section what you think of these figures, the Duke and Scarlett figure from the Classified series, as well as the entire Classified series in general with the first few figures we've received from Hasbro. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. If it's your first time here, please subscribe. And if you want to help support this channel, help me make more video reviews, please check out my Patreon account. There is a link in the description box below. Thank you so much for staying till the very end of the video. It really helps with the algorithm and the viewership of the video. And whoa, you guys, get a room. Again, great figures. Easily a must-have for any G.I. Joe collection, especially if you're big fans of the Classified series. Thanks for watching.